Mr. Speaker, the Building Canada Fund is a federal fund which matches provincial dollars for infrastructure projects. The NDP have said that they must raise the PST by 1% on July 1st so that they can pay for infrastructure that's required due to flooding. Yet, projects approved under the Building Canada Fund won't receive funding or start construction until 2014-2015. I asked the Premier, why is he hiking the PST by 1% beginning July 1st this year to pay for flood-related and critical infrastructure when the federal funding, which he wants to match, doesn't arrive until 2014?
The answer is very simple, because people need flood protection now. Mr. Speaker, people need those roads rebuilt from the 11 flood right now. They need those roads this year. This construction season is very important. We have a light spring, but we will have a construction season this spring, Mr. Speaker, and we need to get on with the job. We need those new schools right now. We need that personal care homes and access centres for Manitobans and healthcare right now. We have an urgent sense to move Manitoba forward, to protect them from floods right now, Mr. Speaker.
I'm pleased to hear that the Premier is so eager, but presuming that he wants to do it right now, he must have a list of flood-related provincial projects all ready to go.
Right now.
Right? Will the Premier table right now his list of flood prevention projects?
I was in Brandon 3 weeks ago. They are proceeding in Brandon. They've been working diligently to protect homes in Brandon to a 1 in 300-year level. The member in Brandon West doesn't support that. He votes against that. The member for Brandon East is out there tossing sandbags, and he's helping families be protected from floods. We're protecting Manitoba communities this spring in partnership with local municipalities. We're building roads this spring. We're building dikes this spring, Mr. Speaker, and we're helping homeowners and cottage owners lift their homes up so they can be protected by flooding. Those are the commitments we made. They are proceeding this spring, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, last I heard, the Premier was out in Brandon promoting some sandbagging. I presume that he's talking a little bit more about sandbagging in Brandon. But even if the Premier has decided to accelerate the timeline for the permanent dike to the end of this year, which is already, almost a decade after it was first promised, that will only take a small part of the $200 million that will be raised in the PST this year. The fact is that for what's needed right now, if the Premier hasn't, given us the $200 million, I would ask the Premier, why doesn't he delay his plan to raise the PST until 2014, when he actually will have the matching fund required, and that will give him more than enough time to have the referendum.
Order, please. Order, please. The member's time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Because the third major risk in 5 years in Manitoba for flooding is occurring this spring. And we are still rebuilding roads. We are still fortifying dikes. We are still moving forward on projects that will allow us to recover from 2011. This is very important that we continue to proceed along that path. If the member from River Heights wants to delay those projects, let him tell Manitobans that. That is his choice. Our choice is to move forward with what Manitobans told us were their priorities. They asked us for those roads now. They asked us for this flood protection now. They asked us for those critical pieces of infrastructure that would give their communities security right now, and we're providing it, Mr. Speaker.